Greetings, planty people, and welcome back to my jungle. Oh, so today's video is all about mealybugs. Ew. If you struggle with them and you have them all over your plants at the moment, or if you want to be ready for them in the future, this video is for you. I've tried many methods of trying to get rid of them, and this is what works the best in my opinion. Let's get into it. So mealybugs, what do they look like? So most pests, you can't really see them that well. You have to get like a magnifying glass and just like stare at your plants. Mealybugs are the most visible out of all of them. So I'll put a photo here. Boop. They're like tiny little white beetly things, and they produce this really gross kind of fluffy stuff, which is where they sometimes lay their eggs. And the annoying thing about the weird fluffy stuff is that they can just fly around because they're so weightless and just land on other plants and infect them, which is not what you want. It's not what you want. They typically like a nice humid, warm room, and that's why they're more prevalent in the summertime. I only really get them in summer, and they tend to love plants like Hoyas, succulents, cacti. They can appear on different plants as well. In a garden centre I saw a really infected bird of paradise with mealybugs all over it. I've also seen them on banana plants, so even though I've never had them behind me here, I'm always, you know, keeping a little eye out because no pests in here, no thank you. And the annoying thing about mealybugs, even though they are very visible, you might not always see them at first because they like to go in little crevices and corners. I tend to find them on my Hoya carnosas because they've got lots of like creases and little gaps, which is such a nightmare to clean out, but I'll tell you how I get rid of them, so stay tuned. So if your plant takes a random nosedive, it starts to go a bit yellow, a little bit mottled, and you notice some of those white fuzzy bits, mealybugs, 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 unfortunately. But even though they're really annoying and it's obviously not what you want, I find them to be, out of all the pests, the easiest, in my opinion. Let's get into what exactly do I do to get rid of them. So we've identified them. They're weird little gross alien white looking bugs. If there's only like a few little bits on a plant, you can easily just get like a cotton bud and literally to get some soapy water and clean around the edges. That's if it's like the start of your infestation. I've done that a few times and it's been fine. It's been absolutely fine, but I do recommend cleaning around your area because, like I said before, the eggs can fly around and they can travel. But if it's a plant where it's absolutely covered, I would do this. If it's a bad infestation, I would recommend getting just a spray bottle, just any old spray bottle that you have lying around, clean it out, and I would fill it up with water and just put a few squirts of soapy water in there, give it a shake, give it a shake. Pop your little plant in the shower or bath without any water in there and just spray it down, getting all the nooks and crannies. Make sure it's absolutely sopping with soapy water. You can also use just like alcohol, like, what's it called? Surgical Spirit, I think it's called. You can use that as well. It basically just melts them. Or just like isopropyl alcohol, I think you can also use. Just make sure you dilute it if it's a really strong volume. But I just use soapy water because it's a bit more, you know, smells nicer. So spray it down, you sprayed it down. I would wait about half an hour to really make sure it's soaking in there. And then I would straight up get a shower head and spray it down. Spray it down, do it for a good 10 minutes. Make sure it's not boiling hot or freezing cold, just kind of like a nice lukewarm. Yeah, just nice lukewarm. Spray it down. You'll see the little bugs go down, and when the bug is damaged, they go like a weird red colour. Don't know why, but it's gross. So that's a sign that, you know, it's dead and it's wet and it's going down the drain. Bye! And then after that, I will spray it a little bit again with soapy water if it's a really bad infestation. Just kind of let it sit and then repeat again. But the next step is really crucial. I would definitely change the soil and get rid of that soil because the fluffy bits can kind of go into the soil and it's really gross, and you don't really realise how much can hide under the pot. So make sure you clean your pot as well, because when I did it last week, it was all over my Hoyas, woohoo! There was a lot of the white fluffy eggs at the bottom, so definitely clean that with soapy water as well. They're definitely the grossest out of all the pests I find. They're just not nice. And if that doesn't work the first time, I would definitely repeat until there are no bugs left, and definitely try and treat all the plants around it, because they might be hiding. They like to spread everywhere. It was all over my monkey tail cactus and I couldn't really get in there, so I actually filled up a bowl of warm water with soap and just dipped it in. Let it kind of soak a little bit. I kind of like put my hand over the soil. It was a bit of a messy process, but that was the only way I could really get in all the bristles, because, you know, cactus. So soak it. That's another way if you've got like a smaller plant, because it wasn't that big, you just soak it. Worked really well actually. I need to have a little double check again, but I think I am mealybug free, so that's good news. Now some people do like to use insecticide, but I try not to unless it's really, really bad. To be fair, I haven't used it in years because it's not pet friendly, it's not really good for you. Just make sure if you are using insecticides, make sure you've got ventilation, and if it drips everywhere, just make sure you clean it. Maybe even wear gloves. If you have a problem with mealybugs just returning every summer, I would definitely recommend beneficial bugs. Now the type that you want to get is called Grace? Green lacewing. Grace, apparently. And I get that from Ladybird Care. I'll leave a little link in the bio if you're interested. They have beneficial bugs for like all pests, so that's really handy. So if you want to go the natural route, definitely try beneficial bugs. Just remember, you can only use one or the other, because if you're spraying your plants down or using insecticide, you're just going to kill all the good bugs as well. So it's kind of, just choose one. But if you have an active infestation, I would definitely go the soapy route. And then after you've had, you know, they've all disappeared, I would definitely try the beneficial bugs route. Don't worry, they're only tiny, they're not scary, they won't bother you, I promise. If anything, they're your friends. There you go, they're your friends. Now, I've even seen some people use hairspray. I don't think I'm gonna put hairspray on my plants, because apparently like freezes them all in their tracks, and it's got alcohol in it, so it kind of like, you know, kills them all really. And then you wash it away, but I don't know. I'm yet to try that one. And neem oil, I am a neem hater, so don't even at me with neem oil. Smells, it's bad for the environment, and it doesn't really do anything. I find just good old soapy water, give it a shower, change the soil, bish bash bosh, you're mealybug free. Right, I think, let's look at my notes, let's refer to the notes. I think that's pretty much it, to be honest. I don't want to overcomplicate it, just keep it simple. But if you follow all these, you'll be absolutely fine. Just pay attention to your like succulenty plants. They tend to like those the most. So if you've got any questions, leave them down below. I'll leave all my social medias down below as well if you want to be planty friends. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.